And you guys tell me what you think. I'm always open for that. So here we go.
5 fun facts about
Okay.
exercising.
Oops.
1. Listening to music while
Oh,
exercising
right.
can improve workout performance by 15%. 2. Cardiovascular exercise.
Isn't that interesting? My sister's a musician, and I'm always talking about how music moves. She works in music therapy also, and that's a new venture, but it's hand in hand because of how important music is in our lives. So this study was done for, I think it was like 150 people were tested on their workout with one, like half the group with no music and the other half with music. And it's shown that you have a 15% increase in your workout if you have good tunes on that motivate you. Interesting, right? That the music can move you like that, just to push harder and achieve bigger and better. Do you have a playlist that you listen to when you're at the gym that really pushes you? I want to know, what songs do you like? I always envision, like, when I'm at the gym, like big muscular beefy men that are in there just really pushing hard. Like they got like 450 stacks and they're listening to like opera or something. My mind, I find funny, clever ways to entertain myself if I forgot my earbuds. I'm like, I wonder what he's listening to. I wonder what they're listening to. It's kind of interesting when you think about it. I'll just start laughing, which I probably look crazy without any headphones or earbuds on, and looking at someone and just start laughing. But if you're seeing this and you're one of those people that I've looked at and just started laughing, just know I'm just envisioning what you're listening to in your earbuds while you're pushing your weight. So I thought this was a very interesting study, having 15% increase if you're listening to music. So on a day, especially on a day where you're feeling a little less than motivated, but you're still trying to go through the motions and stick to your program, maybe bring some headphones along and have a little playlist ready and let it pump you up. So, Bo, do you listen to music when you work out? Let me see. Oops, I forgot to expand this. There we go. This is just a little short, so
Exercise helps create new brain cells.
let me back it up. Okay, backing it up to the first one. I don't know why I kept playing.
1. Listening to music while exercising can improve workout performance by 15%.
Crazy.
2. Cardiovascular exercise helps create new brain cells. This enhances brain power and brain activity.
All right.
3. Exercising increases the production of cells that are responsible for learning and memory. 4. The more muscle mass you have, the more fat your body burns while resting.
That is a very
5.
important one. The more muscle mass you have, the more your body burns. So I think I read a study. It was for every pound of muscle you have, your body burns 50 extra calories in its resting state. So that's a fun fact, right? So for every pound of muscle, your body burns 50 calories in its resting state. So, strength training, I'm always on about that strength training, not just cardio, but also doing strength training. That's why I love those resistant bands, or any kind of body weight work you do and you're building those muscles up, push-ups and burpees and planks and all of that stuff. All great strength training. But yeah, I thought that was a very key ingredient right there, is knowing that the more muscle mass you have, not only is it better for longevity and keeping your bones, keeping your spine and all your spinal cord. It's important to keep your posture straight and your spine straight, because you don't want to restrict the vertebrae, and you don't want to restrict everything, that all the nutrients and the nutrition that goes in between the vertebrae, which only happens when your vertebrae is long, elongated, and it has enough space for your body to get all the nutrition in and get all the blood in and the oxygen in. If you're constantly constricting it and bent over, it's causing those bulging, irritated, swelling discs because you're restricting the flow. So, no, only ball games when I work out. You're funny. Well, I guess, hey, if that motivates you, right? Like you're seeing people get at it, that's great too. But the muscle mass thing is fantastic to know, you guys. 50 calories more per pound that you burn just in your resting, sitting stage. It is really falling down. It's snowing so hard right now. I can't believe it. Sorry to like barge in with a side thought, but literally it's like what you know manifesting things in your life by how much you talk about it, by the energy you put around it, manifesting things. This past year, couple of years, we haven't had much snow, and so many people were like, if it's going to be cold, we want it to snow. If it's going to be this freezing cold, at least it should be snowing, not just sleeting or ice. Like at least we should enjoy the beautiful weather of snow falling down. So this year it snowed so much already, and it's just getting started with the winter. So I'm very, very exciting. I'm very excited about it. But at the same time, snow days here in North Carolina aren't like snow days in bigger, colder areas like up north where they're able to handle the snow and they've got their plows out and everything. The streets are ready to roll and you can go with business as usual. Here in North Carolina is like a dust of a snow and they cancel everything. Like the the grocery stores are out of milk, eggs, and bread. Like it's ridiculous. So especially since we haven't had snow like this in a few years, I'm sure, we're already stocked up here, thankfully. But it's funny, right? Like, and people that move from up north, the transplants that move from like colder areas where it's snowing and blizzarding all the time, they come here and they're like, why is everything shutting down? Like, the snow's barely sticking to the ground. I'm like, I know. Welcome to North Carolina. We don't have the resources because it's not like that all the time. We may go 4 or 5 years with no snow, and now it's snowed here 6 times already. So crazy. I mean, it is snowing so big out right now, like full on, like a hard rain storm, but with snow. Crazy. Yes, it snows in North Carolina. You never had snow when you lived here, Bo? Ohio, they spread salt on the roads to melt the snow. Yeah, they spread salt on the roads here, but there's so many windy back roads and mountain roads and tiny little side roads, and they'll do the main roads, but when you're on those side streets and it's covered in snow or ice, you're just stuck because it's not worth it. It eats the underside of cars. Makes them rust. Oh, good to know. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. If you don't wash your car off after you've driven through a snowy area with the salt underneath, huh? That's interesting. Okay. Yeah, it's good to get that car wash right after, right? Oh my gosh, I saw this car and it was literally the whole car was so covered in this like soot and I don't know, it's been weathered. And then it's probably been driving down from the mountains and it's gone through different, weather situations, but it was literally like somebody took their palm and circled out the areas that you could see through on the windows around, and that was all you could see. Like it was so covered in just all kinds of I don't even know what. Out here in California, when I take my cars to mechanics, they say your car's from back east. Wow. Well, that's funny that you're saying that because when I go to get my car washed or go to the car wash and they're like, do you want the underbelly wash? I'm always like, I don't know. Like, do I need that really? I don't see why I need to pay extra $5 or whatever to wash the underbelly of the car. But now it makes sense if you're in an area where there's snow and there is salt on the ground and you're swishing that all up underneath there. Aha. Learn something new every day. It's not a fitness fact, but it's a fact. So I'll take it. And it's still Friday. So facts on Friday. I like it. Learning it, gobbling it up. Okay, let's go on.
The more muscle mass you have, the more fat your body burns.
Before this,
The
I was gonna
production of
touch on that.
cells that are responsible for learning and memory.
Oh, that's it. Exercise is responsible for learning and memory. So it's funny, not funny, but it's interesting because when my father got diagnosed with dementia, he was told, like, he's always worked out his whole life, and he's always, I mean, he played sports in college, he was in football, and he did pole vaulting, and he's always been an athletic guy, and he's always worked out 3 times a day. I mean, sorry, 3 times a week at least, if not 5. And so when he was, further along in his dementia, he wasn't working out as much. That his progression went a lot faster, was going a lot faster. I'm like, you got to get out and move around, Daddy. You got to, get active again. And he's like, oh, I do. When the dementia is, it's a sadness. It's a sadness. But yeah, it's important because hopefully we can learn that at a young age so we know what to do to combat those things, right? Like the workout, preventing or helping with memory function. Like even just, you don't have to go to the gym and have a workout. Even just the walking helps with the memory function because you are stimulating all of that good chemicals in your body that feed your brain and keep your brain active, and you're still out and about and like taking in the scenery and firing off those signals in the brain that you need to keep it sharp. Got to keep it sharp, you guys. But when I was in college, I had this lady. I think she was 70. She was in her 70s, mid 70s, somewhere around there. And I was like, oh, that's so good that you're in here. She said, because when you're past 60, I think it's 60. When you're past 60, I don't know if it's like this everywhere, but I mean, I went to college in Florida. So, past 60, you get to take free classes. I think you get 12 credit hours a semester or something like that. Don't quote me on that, but it is something like that. You get to take free courses. So she was in her mid 70s and she said she had been taking free courses, or she had been taking the courses for a decade. She takes 2 courses a semester on something she wants to know and learn about. I was like, oh my gosh, how many degrees do you have at this point? She was like, oh, I don't know. But she just takes classes to keep her mind sharp because she didn't want. I was like, that is such a great idea. I'll never forget that. I think what year was that? I was in my junior year. So that was I was 21. Yeah. So note to you guys all out there, if you have a history of it or you're just worried about getting it in general, you have a history in your family, definitely looking into the colleges and doing college classes. You can do online classes now. Back then they didn't have online classes like this. But I think there's something different and something special about going in to class and being hands-on and being around the energy of other students and, feeling that vibe. So that's going to be me. I'm going to be freaking turning 105 in my, like, some type of class and college course. I'll have the students celebrate my 105th birthday with my 27th degree. I'll be working out later as my Buckeyes beat Texas. Oh my gosh. Do you do fantasy football, Bo? That's funny. Okay, let's continue on. I just thought that was a good one.
The more muscle mass you have, the more fat your body burns while resting. 5. If you exercise 3 times a week for 45 minutes, you can help prevent signs of aging.
Woo, woo, that's the
Subscribe
one.
to my channel for more daily facts.
Let me see what this goes into. Oh, this is the thing. For every pound of muscle gain, the body burns extra 50 calories a day. That's what it was. Regular physical activity and with a healthy diet can manage type 2 diabetes. 10% of people are successful at losing weight through diet alone. Only 10%? It takes the body 6 to 8 weeks to adapt to an exercise program. That's true. Yeah, maybe not. So taking 6 to 8 weeks.
So if you're over 40 and haven't achieved
that,
freedom of
you're not seeing benefits right away, but it takes so when I'm reading, it takes 6 to 8 weeks for your body to adapt. You don't want it to adapt. Once it adapts, then it stops working for you. So you want to keep it changed up. You don't want to keep doing the same thing over and over, because look at that. In 6 to 8 weeks, it adapts to what you're doing, and you're not going to see the same results. You're not going to see the same effectiveness of your workout. So you want to keep switching it up. You want to try new things. You want to push yourself to do different things. So that is very important. No, I never do fanny fists, but that's for guys who are bored. Okay. Well, you might have offended a bunch of people here today. Just saying.
Movement and flexibility, you're nuts. If you want to have body mastery,
Oh, wait. My bad. Let me get back to where I was supposed to go.
5 fun facts about exercising. 1.
No.
5 fun facts.
10 fun and surprising facts about body.
There we go. Oh my gosh.
If you're thinking about leading a more active lifestyle, you're not alone. In recent years, an increasing number of Americans have started participating in more sports, fitness, and recreation. Whether you're trying to get fit, build muscle, or you're just tired of the couch, here are some changes you can expect along the way.
Double RDL.
During that first workout, you might feel more alert and energized because ramping up your heart rate means a boost in overall blood flow and oxygen to the brain.
Yup.
But prepare yourself for the day after, when you'll almost certainly get a case of DOMS, short for delayed onset muscle soreness.
DOMS.
The soreness will persist for about 72 hours, but the good news is you're less likely to get it again as long as you continue to regularly exercise those same muscles.
It's funny because, like, high society, I guess people, they call it DOMS, like Dom Perignon. They'll say DOMS, this is my DOMS. So not to be mistaken for delayed onset muscle soreness. You don't get a case of Dom Perignon from that.
Over the next few weeks, you'll slowly start to ramp up production of mitochondria via a process called mitochondrial biogenesis. Mitochondria are the parts of your cells that convert carbs, fat, and protein into fuel that your muscles use to do their job, like flex and contract. After 6 to 8 weeks, studies have shown that people can increase their mitochondria by up to 50%. With more mitochondria in your cells, you'll start to feel more fit and your endurance will increase, so running 3 miles will no longer feel as difficult as it did during the first week. Once you're 6 months in, all of that hard work should finally start to show. If your workouts focus on strength training, you'll notice your muscles begin to take shape. You're also less likely to fall off the workout wagon at this point.
Okay, so I like to watch these things. Like, sometimes I'll skim through it, but I do like to watch them fresh with you guys. But I only like to look through for the people that I know, that I trust their knowledge, because I know that they've done their research, as you guys know. For those of you that are new, that's what I do. I make sure that the source is good. The information is studied, fact checks, studies, real studies. But I don't always agree with the information in it. 6 months is a very long time before you should start seeing results. I mean, my clients you'll start seeing, maybe it depends on your insulin, right? It depends on how insulin resistant you are, how long you've been overweight. 6 months you're going to see tightening up, weight loss, dropping pounds. I mean, if you're sticking at it, you're going to see it well before 6 months. So don't let that deter you right there. If you're new to getting into the workout arena, don't let that deter you. You are going to see many different types of results before 6 months.
Exercise programs often see a 50% dropout rate within the first 6 months.
Now that
but
I
after
agree.
that, more people stick with it. Now, if you're more focused on cardio, then by 9 months of regular exercise, you should see about a 25% increase in your VO2 max. VO2 max is often used as a measure of fitness and refers to the rate your body can transport oxygen to your muscles for fuel. Basically, higher VO2 max means you can run faster for longer. So a 25% increase means you can run about 20% further in the same amount of time.
I like
After
this.
1 year of regular exercise, your bones will be denser, which reduces your risk of osteoporosis.
Yes.
In fact, researchers have found that regular resistance training, when combined with aerobic exercise, can actually reverse the
Those are
effects
great
of
right there,
osteoporosis
forearm
after
strength.
12 months. Now, if you maintain your exercise program long term, your body might not be the
If you get a pair this is how I do it in my house. You guys that have been here, you kind of know. I'm always talking about this. I leave exercise equipment all over the place. I mean, tucked in. This is not like laying out for you to trip over, but I leave it all over the place because I put on I want to be able to just pick it up and have it readily available. Hold on, let me tell my I forgot to turn my phone off, you guys. I leave it there so it's convenient. I feel like if it's there, you'll utilize it, right? Like keeping dumbbells around or resistant bands. If I'm just sitting there, I will be able to pick it up real easily. If I'm just sitting there watching something, which isn't usual, but sometimes I do get to sit down and have a break. But if I am sitting to watch something or I'm watching the kids do something, I will have those there and they're just used to it. I'll just pick up a band and start doing arms or my legs or something like that. It's good for them to see that. It's good for them to see that I try and fit it in wherever I can. Kids learn so quickly from your actions and watching you. So if you have it, it does feel silly. Like it will feel silly at first when they're trying to like read a book or tell you, something about their day or show you a new trick or practice the piano or whatever. And you're just over there doing, squats or resistant band work or dumbbell presses. But it's good for them to see that if you have a busy life, they know I have a busy life, busy schedule, that I'm always trying to factor in staying fit and staying healthy. And if you have it around, so just those resistant bands that I have in my links of my favorite things that I use, they're like $8. Keep a pair I keep a pair in my workroom. I keep a pair in the bedroom. I keep a pair in my game room. I keep a pair downstairs in the living room. In the kitchen, I got access to them so I can just jump in and get a workout if I'm waiting on something to cook. It's got 15 minutes or 5 minutes and I'm done with the prep work or whatever. Just getting it in wherever I can. You don't have to have a whole 30-hour, 45-minute carve out for the gym, because if it's the gym, you also have to factor in driving there, parking your car, walking in, getting settled, then your workout, and then walking back to your car, getting through traffic and coming back. So it's not just like a 45-minute thing. You're in for a bigger part of your schedule being carved out. So I just keep it around. That way it's accessible. Like those dumbbells that he had, just picking that dumbbell up and do it, just sitting there while you're on the chair at a couch and just curling it up like that, just like this, and strengthen it in that forearm. And then you can reverse it, pull it up like this, like palm down and pulling it up. That also can just build your whole forearm just by sitting there and doing that. So that just sparked a little thought right there. Let me back it up a little bit. Sorry, I was talking over that.
Training, when combined with aerobic exercise,
Get it? Look at
can
him.
actually reverse the
Right
effects
here.
of osteoporosis after 12 months.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you maintain your exercise program long term, your body might not be the only thing to benefit. Your bank account may also beef up. One study revealed that older people who exercised 5 days a week for at least 30 minutes saved on average $2,500 a year in medical costs for heart-related health problems alone. You'll also be at a lower risk of developing arthritis, type 2 diabetes, dementia, and certain types of cancer like breast and colon. In all probability, you are going to live longer than you otherwise would. And that longer life, it will likely feel more fulfilling, because exercise lowers the risk of anxiety and depression by reducing levels of stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. Of course, all of these benefits depend on the type and intensity of your workout and how long you exercise for each week. A balanced diet is also paramount to a healthy lifestyle. For the average adult ages 18 to 64, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services recommends either a minimum of 2.5 hours per week of moderately intense exercise, like brisk walking or biking, or at least 1 hour and 15 minutes each week that combines moderate and high intensity workouts like running and swimming sprints.
Okay.
On top of that, make sure and take 2 days each week to strengthen your muscles with some weights or resistance training. This will help your overall speed and endurance. As you begin, it's important to pace yourself and not push too hard too fast, or you risk serious injury. You'll discover that the fitter you become, the easier it will be to exert a little more energy the next week, the week after, and so forth. Exercise smart and often, and you'll be running marathons in no time.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, it's a snow day, so the kids are coming over here. Communicate. Let's see. Okay, so this one was, what was it? Where's the one I was at?
10 fun and surprising facts about body fitness.
Oh, here it is.
Fact number 1. Your muscles can handle more weight than you think.
I mean, that
Fact
is
number
true.
2. It only takes 20 minutes of exercise a day to improve your fitness.
Mm-hmm.
Fact
Or
number
less.
3. Resistance training is just as important as cardio for overall health.
True.
Fact number 4. Your body burns more calories at rest when you have more muscle. Fact number 5.
It's like we're on
Your
the
body
same
can
path.
adapt to any workout over time, so keep challenging yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Fact number 6. Stretching can improve your flexibility and help prevent injury. Fact number 7. Getting proper rest and recovery is just as important as exercise. Fact number 8.
That's true.
Exercise can help improve your mood and reduce stress. Fact number 9. Your body can continue to benefit from exercise even as you age.
Mm-hmm.
Fact number 10. Anyone can improve their fitness level, regardless of their starting point.
That's right.
Thanks for watching.
That's my favorite.
5 fun facts about exercising. 1. Listening to music while exercising
already went through that
can
one.
improve workout.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite line. Is anyone can improve, no matter where you're starting. You can do it. You can do it. It doesn't matter if it's been years, decades, your whole life. Maybe you've never worked out in your life. It's not like, oh, okay, I'm gonna work out and you're on your way. Sorry. Sorry, I'm reading a message. I've never worked out and I'm too late. It's too late. And then maybe you're hitting 60, maybe you're hitting 70, and you've never worked out in your life, which is wild, but you've never worked out in your life, and now your doctor's telling you you've got this or osteoporosis or whatever they're saying. It's never too late. Just start people walking is a workout. I'm just saying. Well, if as long as you're just taking a long walk, you gotta walk. I mean, at least a mile. At least a mile. But walking is so underrated. Just walking. The walking pads, there has been such an increase on people's physical activity since they got those walking pads for people that work on their computers or at a desk. So walking is just fine, especially right now. It's literally snowing outside. It's so cold, and there's no way I mean, there are those people who are runners and and cyclists, and they're out there doing it right now. Good for them. I give it up to them. But for me, heck to the no. I'm going to be inside where it's warm. I do not like to be freezing cold like that. I don't. I love the snow. I love to be out in it, but I want to be bundled up and maybe doing something fun like building a snowman or having a snowball fight. But going for a jog is not for me. But I will have a walking pad in my house, and that way it doesn't take up too much space. You can move it around where you want to. I move mine in all kinds of rooms. It's by myself. It's got wheels on it. It rolls. You guys know it's in my my lineup of all my favorite things that I love and swear by. But the walking pad is one of those. And it really ups your game when you have the access to it and you can just get on that thing and walk. Like through a show or whatever you got going on. You can put it in the kitchen if you want to. While you're cooking and waiting, walk on the in between times of waiting for the pot to boil or waiting for the stuff to be done in the oven or whatever. Put the walking pad down and walk. Just simply walk. Before you know it, you got an hour in, and that you got 2 miles, 3 miles, 5 miles. Look, you will up your game in your health by putting in the work of 15,000 steps. I don't know if you have a device that keeps track, but there's all kinds of inexpensive trackers, like step trackers, One you can clip to your hip, one you can put on your wrist, you can wear it around your neck. They're like, you can get them for $15. And it keeps track of your steps. And it's fun. You can challenge yourself. You can be like, oh gosh, I've only done 8,000 steps today. It sounds like a lot, but when you wear one and you see how quickly your steps add up just from, simple daily stuff, not even going on a walk, just simple daily stuff, your steps add up and it can become a fun little challenge. Like, oh, I only got 8,000 steps in today. Let me go do something active, trying to reach that 15,000 step goal. 15 to 20 is a fantastic goal to reach. So thank you, Hal. Appreciate that. Are you on your way back to the house? Because the snow's so big. So anyway, you guys, yeah, keeping track of the steps. Let me just look it up. Let's just see what kind of fitness gadgets are out there. Let's go into a little fun fact fitness gadgets. Let's see. So if we put on fitness gadgets for, let's see, fitness gadgets keep you on track 25. Let's look that up. Let's just go and let's give it a go. Let's throw it out there. Let's see. 7th place. Our top 10 fitness gadgets 2025. Let's just see what they got going on here. Let's roll into that one.
Top 10 Fitness Gadgets 2025.
Oh.
10th place, Smart Jump Rope. Tracks jumps, calories, and workout progress.
I like that.
9th place, Muscle Massage Gun. Perfect for post-workout
Love
recovery. Smart Water Bottle. Keeps you hydrated with reminders and tracking.
Oh.
7th place, Wireless Earbuds. Stay motivated with music during intense workouts. 6th place, Smart Yoga Mat. Provides real-time feedback on your poses. 5th place, Fitness Tracker. Monitors steps, heart rate, and sleep patterns. 4th place, Smart Scale. Tracks weight, body fat, and muscle mass for progress monitoring.
Hold up.
3rd place, Adjustable Dumbbells. Save space while enjoying a
Oh,
Want to crush your
sorry.
fitness goals?
Oh,
Hey
what'd I
everyone,
do?
want to crush
Oh, gosh.
Top 10
Darn
Fitness
it.
Gadgets 2025.
There we
10th place, Smart Jump Rope. Tracks
The
jumps,
freaking
calories,
yoga
and
mat, you
workout
guys.
progress.
What?
9th place, Muscle Massage Gun. Perfect for post-workout recovery. 8th place, Smart Water Bottle. Keeps you hydrated with reminders and tracking. 7th place, Wireless Earbuds. Stay motivated with music during intense workouts. 6th place, Smart Yoga
Right
Mat.
here.
Provides real-time feedback on your poses. 5th place,
Real-time feedback on your poses. Oh gosh, I have to look that up. And the water thing, oh my, that is so brilliant. To remind you, like your water bottle talking to you. I what does the future hold, you guys? For real. What does the future hold? I can't even begin to imagine. I know like Back to the Future, I already thought that would be a thing by now when you're a kid and you're watching that. You're like, oh, by the time 2020 is in the future, it's going to be, flying cars and all the hoverboards. But unbelievable. That's so wild. So your water bottle will tell you, hello, you've only had 12 ounces today. Bo, you need that. You need that in your life. You're so you don't pass out when you're fasting. You need to have the hydration. But that is crazy with the yoga mat, and it'll give you real-time responses for your yoga poses. What? Wonder how much that stuff is. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look up that water bottle thing and the yoga mat.
Fitness Tracker.
Wild.
Monitor steps, heart rate, and sleep patterns. 4th place, Smart Scale. Tracks weight, body fat, and muscle mass for progress monitoring. 3rd place, Adjustable Dumbbells. Save space while enjoying a versatile workout. 2nd place, Resistance Band Set. A portable and effective strength training tool. 1st place, Smart Treadmill. Brings guided workouts and live stats to your home.
Right there.
Top 10 Fitness Gadgets 2025. 10th
Okay.
place, Smart Jump
So,
Rope.
I just looked up this one. This water bottle is called Hydrate Spark. Let's see. Let me put it in here. Water bottle that This one said that reminds you to drink. Reminds you to drink water right there. Oh, wow. So cool. Okay, let's see this one. Give it a go.
Hey guys, it's Mason Grishan. Welcome to my channel. Today I want to show you my new toy, and of course it's IoT. You probably heard about 8-ounce glasses of fluids that you need to drink daily. Sounds like a lot, right? Good news, the key word is fluid, so if you drink milk, tea, coffee, it still counts. But you still need to drink a good amount of water daily, and for me it was definitely a struggle. And this smart bottle definitely changed the game. Yes, smart bottle, and it's glowing.
Look at that.
This thing integrates with Apple Health. It also works with Fitbit, Google Fit, and other apps, and track your daily water consumption. But the most important, this bottle reminds you to drink water with push notifications on your phone and glowing light on the bottle. I've been using this bottle for about 2 weeks, so I have my profile already created. During onboarding, this app will ask you to provide access to Apple Health for information such as your age, height, weight, ask you about your activity level, which are all used in the calculation every day to create your daily water intake goal. So if your weight has changed, your water goal will reflect the changes based on your today's metrics. I have Hydrate Spark Steel 17 ounces chuck version. Stainless steel vacuum keeps your drink cold up to 24 hours. And you can add ice inside to keep it extra cold. Lid is top rack dishwasher safe, so the body is hand wash only, and to clean the sensor puck, just use it damp close and never submerge it into water or dishwash, as it will damage electronic elements.
I like it because it has the bottom.
It syncs via Bluetooth with your phone, plus the app keeps track of where your bottle was last synced, so you don't have to worry.
It keeps track of where your bottle was last seen. It tracks your water bottle. That's awesome. But I have the big 40-ounce one, so I know that I drink 3 of those with a extra glass because I just have a regular glass when I wake up in the morning. I just get right out of the refrigerator, just like a full glass of, what is it, maybe like 12 ounces with either apple cider vinegar in it, or I'll put lemon juice or both. And I drink that first before I have my coffee, just to kind of wake up my organs and get some good hydration. But I'll have that, plus I know that my 40-ounce cup, if I have 3 of those, now I've got my gallon in. So it's important to know how many of the cups you need to reach a gallon, or somewhere close to that is what you want to be doing. So that one looks pretty small in ounces, but I do like all of the features that it keeps up with your bottle. So if you leave your bottle behind, it totally tracks it in your phone so you know exactly where it is, and that it gives you a little reminder by glowing at the bottom and saying, hey, drink me, don't forget to drink your water. That's really cool. I'm totally down with that. I could get down with this.
About it going missing.
Make it bigger.
They have different type of bottles, and you can customize
you
glowing light by
customize your
selecting one of the
glow?
6 options. They also have an option to create your own gradient from 2 colors of your choice, but that will be $4.99, which I found pretty ridiculous, taking into account that the bottle itself starts from $59.99. Despite that, I still find Rainbow Gradient my favorite option, and they have that one for free. I've charged the battery only once, and it looks like it should be good for another 2-3 weeks, so I will say battery lasts for around 2 months, and then you need to take it out and charge it. Other people say it lasts from 1 to 3 months, which I doubt so far for myself. With my obsession to IoT devices, this one is probably one of my favorites so far, and I definitely carry my smart bottle everywhere since I got it. I hope you enjoy watching this video, and if you did, please like it and subscribe. It will definitely help to grow.
Wow. All right, now I get down with that smart bottle. What was the other one? The yoga mat. I mean, $50. So would you pay $50 for a water bottle that you could track and find out where it went if you left it behind somewhere, that would constantly remind you that you need to drink more water by lighting up? Would you pay $50 for that? You tell me. You tell me. Your water bottle talks, you just doesn't talk back. You're funny. You are funny. I do think that a lot of people could use a good reminder. I know I have bought so many of these bottles for my clients, the half gallon or the gallon jugs that have like like the markers on it that'll be like, you're doing great. Keep it up, or you're almost there. And like, but you have to care about it to even know, you have to. So this is it's a next level. I thought it spoke to you. Wouldn't that be funny if you could download different you're gonna hear it right here first, unless it's already out there. You can download different voices and different programs to keep you on track. Like maybe you like more of a drill sergeant style of motivation, or maybe you like a more holistic style motivation voice, and you can download that voice to be like, it's time to drink your water now, like something sweet, or be like, get that bottle and drink it up right now. Like, I feel like that might be, I don't know if that's future forward, and when you just heard it right here, or if there's already a thing, but that I could get down with. That I would pay $50 for, just for the sheer like funniness of it, of being like, whatever, you can choose whatever style motivates you the best. Maybe it's a little ASMR thing, like drink your water now kind of jam. I don't like hearing chewing and gulping in my ear, but so ASMR is not my thing, but everybody's different, and that's okay. That's what makes the world a beautiful place. Okay, and the other one was, what was it? The smart yoga mat. I'm using my Bluetooth keyboard so I don't have to reach over. Smart yoga mat. Let's see. What's this one? Let's go with the oh my gosh, what in the actual, does that say $1,295? That is a wild ride of a yoga mat. Okay. Let's just see what this $1,295 yoga mat does. Okay. Let's just see. Is there a video? Or you can get 10% off right now. So that's $129.50 for quick maths. Is there really no video? Oh, see it in action. Here we go. That's what we want. Oh, what happened here? Whoopsies. Oh, wait, what? How are y'all not seeing this? Oh, no. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Let me go back. Okay. What? Why aren't you guys seeing this? I'm not going to. Oh, here we go. Let me share that screen. Share the screen. Where is it? Infrared higher dose. There we go. Okay. Now let's start it. I see these people in action, but what's the action of the yoga mat really doing? For real, they just showed people using the yoga mat. They're not gonna like actually talk about how the yoga mat, what it does for $1,300. Come on, look at this. It's got like a whole system back there. You see that? That's super interesting. See that back left corner? It's really not gonna say promotes sleep hygiene, reduces chronic pain, accelerates post-workout recovery, increases your energy, reduces stress. Let's just see product details and how so. I just don't understand. What? This is 43 pounds. That yoga mat weighs 43 pounds. What? Okay, let's just see. It says, wow. 4 levels of hertz frequency from 3 hertz to 23 hertz. Mat runs in various sizes. Products should only be used in country where it was purchased and shipped. Oh, I guess for like, I don't know, to make sure it didn't get messed up. Breakdown, watch. I just did that, but it didn't show me. Here we go. Benefits. What? No, it's the same video. All right, no. Let's find a review if anybody's using this. What is this called? The Infrared PMF Pro Mat. So let me go over here. You go back to YouTube. Let me go here, youtube.com. And then I'm going to go to infrared. What is it called? Infrared PMF mat. Someone using infrared. Is it infrared? Yeah, infrared. Infrared. Have to say it like that so I can remember how to spell it. PMF mat. Let's see. Now I'm going to share that with you guys. This is so wild. Again, let me change it. It's 43 pounds. I mean, you have to be able to pick up 43 pounds, I guess, if you're going to get this mat. Whoops. What am I doing here? Let me share my screen. Go back to YouTube. Here we go. Share. All right. Let's see. Healthy wave, blah, blah, mat, blah, 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 blah. This is insane. Okay, that's what this person said. Let's go see this doctor.
Do you have patients with chronic joint pain?
No, Dr. J.
Well, here's what transforms results in my clinic.
The doctor.
This device right here is called StemWave.
All right, let's talk about one of my favorite medical devices. You know, as a medical influencer, companies send me devices all the time. I probably have $10,000 worth of gadgets sitting in my room going unused and wasted. However, the pulsed electromagnetic frequency mat is something that I received.
Well, you can send it over here, Dr.
consistently almost
Feldman.
every single night. In fact, Tony Robbins attributes his chronic pain relief almost entirely to his pulsed electromagnetic frequency mat. So if you're watching this video trying to decide if pulsed electromagnetic frequency is right for you, you came to the right place. I'm going to be reviewing this technology not only as a physician, but as a patient, because this is something that I actively use, but I also have the medical knowledge and I've done the research to point you in the right direction and let you know if this is actually going to work for you. And if you keep watching this video, at the end, I'm going to be sharing the exact strategy and routine that I use with this device and setting and timing so that you can ideally look at that and use some of my ideas maybe for your own regimen for whatever relief you're trying to get. So without further ado, let's dig in. If you haven't been here yet, I'm Jay Feldman. I'm an osteopathic physician, no longer practicing, so this is not medical advice. This is just me trying to help you make the best decision for yourself and the best health choices for you and your family. All right, so PEMF, I already stated, is pulsed electromagnetic frequency. This technology has been around for decades. However, now it's starting to be mainstream, and with technological advances, it's much more accessible, not only to have across clinics across the country, but also in your own home.
Okay, for those of you that are just joining, this is a yoga mat that gives off some type of frequency that is 43 pounds in weight and $1,300 in price. And it is supposed to change your life. That's what we're watching. Let's see.
And I'm going to be digging into some of my favorite products later in this video. But who is a good candidate for PEMF technology and these devices? Well, FDA has approved this device for several different use cases, but this technology is actually used to treat a range of things, from chronic pain, as I mentioned. So if you're dealing with something like arthritis or lupus, where you are constantly battling pain and using medications, you 100% should try this device, see if it works for you in relieving any of your pain. If you're able to even get from an 8 to a 6 using this daily, there is almost no risk or side effects from PEMF. But again, not medical device. Everybody's different. If you're using a pacemaker, maybe you have a weird reaction. I'm not responsible. Talk to your physician. But anyways, back to it. If you're having pain, absolutely consider this device. Talk to your physician. You might get some relief. These devices have also been very helpful in recovery. So people who have gone through surgery or had fractures, these devices improve oxygenation of blood and improve circulation. So they've seen post-surgical healing is improved. It improves edema. It improves the speed of recovery after a fracture. So if you fit in that ballpark, you can definitely consider PEMF, and maybe you don't do it at home, maybe you do it at your PT office, but definitely something that can help. Lastly, and one of the reasons that I use this, because I don't fit in any of those first two buckets, I don't really have pain, I'm not really healing from anything, it actually has been proven to give you more energy and increase your athletic performance. And we're going to talk about exactly why, but I have noticed this for myself. More studies are needed for using it for this from. This is not an FDA approved use case, but this is something that I've noticed. Not only does my sleep improve, and I track that with an Oura Ring, but I feel better, more energized the next day. I'm able to perform better in the gym, and I really like the way that it makes me feel. So even if you're not suffering from chronic pain or a wound or a fracture, this is definitely something that you might consider if you're into biohacking, performance optimization, such as I am. Check this device out. It can really help improve your energy levels and improve your focus too. All right, so how in the hell does it do these things? This sounds like too good to be true. How could the mat full of crystals and ions really have all of these effects? And do we really understand them? We're going to dig into that right now. So, as the name might suggest, pulsed electromagnetic frequency, the device works by using low-level radiation in the form of electromagnetic waves that it runs through your body. And let's do a little bio 101, a little cell bio 101.
I love the diagrams.
I'm gonna do my best not to confuse you guys, but our cells work almost entirely on electricity. So based on the charges of your cell and the ions around them, it really modulates what
okay, hold on.
do my
Let me
best
back
not to
it up.
confuse you guys, but our cells.
I love a good chemistry breakdown. I love learning about the body, inside the body. Honestly, if it wasn't so much schooling, I would have definitely gone to be a doctor for sure. I love it. I love watching. There used to be an operation channel that I used to love to watch, and it's not on anymore. I don't know why, but they would show literally everything inside an operating room. Maybe there was some lawsuits or something. I don't know. But they would even show open brain surgery and all kinds of stuff, like gore, like you see on some of these doctor shows that are made up and fake. But it was real. It was a real operation show. I loved it. So I love a good diagram, a little breakdown. But I don't know if you guys have ever heard of magnetic therapy anyway. For if you have arthritis, like they make wrist braces or ankle braces or knee braces that have magnetic therapy in them. So it's interesting to know that our cells are made up of are firing from energy. Look here, I'm learning with you guys. So cool.
Work almost entirely on electricity. So
now let me back that up.
Electromagnetic waves that it runs through your body. And let's do a little bio 101, a little cell bio 101.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna do my best not to confuse you guys, but our cells work almost entirely on electricity. So based on the charges of your cell and the ions around them, it really modulates what comes in and out of your cells. And that also goes to apply to the communication between your cells. All of those communication channels are all ion driven. So needless to say, magnets and radiation, electric charge plays a big role in modulating the performance of your cells and the communication between your cells. So it goes to show that if you use magnetic waves that's being pulsed through your body, you're going to have some kind of effect. Now, what we found is that it improves the performance of your cells and in the communication of your cells. In a way, it realigns the electricity in your cells so that they can perform at their optimal way. They can heal faster, you have more energy. Okay. But in all honesty and full transparency, we don't fully understand how this works. This has also had an effect on meridians, which is the core principle in Eastern medicine. The same thing as acupuncture. This is the flow of energy through your body. They've noticed a difference here as well. So just like acupuncture, which we have FDA approval for, we have proof that it works, but we don't quite understand how it works and the mechanism for how it works. The same can be said about pulsed electromagnetic frequency technology. We have evidence that it works. We have an idea of how it works kind of through electricity, through the charging of your cells, but we don't have a specific understanding of how it does what it does, how we can modulate the cell's electricity to improve surgical healing. Like, this is a very advanced, cutting edge stuff. So just the fact that this works is very exciting for the future of medicine and definitely probes a lot of questions for future research. So I'm very
I mean, just because you're a doctor or doctors and scientists are learning literally every day, learning and growing and improving our knowledge. Just think about where we were 50 years ago, right? And where we are now. I mean, the future is only, it's only going to get better as our studies and the things that we, do and learn about from like doctors and chemists and stuff like that. Like, it's only going to get better and we're only going to learn more. So our bodies are so intricate and so intelligent. There's no way that they're just gonna, learn everything about it. Like he's saying, they don't even, as a doctor, actually understand how magnetic therapy is helpful in healing your body, but it does. And also with the acupuncture, I've had acupuncture before, and literally when she was like talking to me, and it was about like stress relief and ridding your body of worry and like re-stimulating and invigorating your body. All I remember her is talking to me about how it works, and then I woke up like drooling on myself an hour later. Like, I was like, wait, what just happened? And they're little tiny, you can't even feel them. They're so little. And I don't know what it was or how she did it or what happened, but it was like I got the best sleep of my freaking life for that 1 hour nap. So it is quite interesting how it works. And I am curious about it too, but this is a doctor and he's saying not even doctors know how it actually is healing our cells when it's introduced to the body. But would you pay $1,295 for a yoga mat that is going to do all of these things? I guess if you have the money to do that, then why wouldn't you, right? Your yoga mat weighs 180. This yoga mat weighs 42 pounds. You have to even be able to lift the yoga mat to use the yoga mat. I mean, 42 pounds. That's wild. Pick up a 45-pound dumbbell. That's pretty intense for a yoga mat to weigh that much. I mean, you got to be able to be strong enough to lift it. I have some clients that wouldn't even be able to lift that thing.
very excited about this.
Wild.
But the most important thing is that there's no known side effects to this. Even if you use it for a very long time, the risk profile is very, very low. Unless you do have some kind of electronic device within your body, like a pacemaker.
It's time to stop relying on band-aids to your muscle tightness, stiff joints, and recurring injuries.
That's why.
Foam rolling.
All right, so now that we understand a little bit about what PEMF does and how it works, at least a little bit, now we can kind of dive into the practical application. Where do you get this thing? How do you use it? So luckily,
okay, where you get it, blah, blah, blah. Let's see, how do you actually use it?
Heavy thing. My PEMF mat probably weighs somewhere around 70 pounds. So moving this thing around is kind of annoying. So if I leave it on my bed.
Wait, what? How does his weigh 70? It said online that it was 40. Hold on, let me go back and look. It says right here that it's 42 pounds. So he must have, either he's just throwing a number out there like, oh, it's 1,000,000 degrees outside. Or no, this is 43 pounds. Or he's got a different version, because I'm sure he just said his was 75 pounds.
Single night. I actually have a king size bed, and I keep this on the bed next to me so that I have such easy access to it, because it is a big, heavy thing. My PEMF mat probably weighs somewhere around 70 pounds. So moving this thing around is kind of annoying. So if I leave it on my
That's the
bed and
only
I
thing
turn it
that's
on and I get on this thing,
you
I
meet a
usually do
girl,
a
you're
20-minute
like
treatment before bed, turn it
you meet a girl, you're like, okay, so little known fact, I got a 75-pound yoga mat we have to share the bed with. That's awesome.
off, roll over, pass out. So this is something that I use consistently and something that I would recommend for anybody who wants to use this on an ongoing basis. Now, it might be a good idea to try this first at a clinic, at your local med spa, chiropractor's office. Maybe you have a
I've never
friend
even heard
that
of
works
this
at a clinic like
any
this.
med
It
spa or
shouldn't cost
clinic or
them
anything.
anything to allow you to use it. So maybe you can go try it and see how you feel. This is especially true if you're going through chronic pain. See if you get relief in your pain. You should notice a
I'm gonna
difference in
contact
that
the
first
company and
use.
tell them
And
to
if you
send me
notice a
one.
difference, go buy your own unit. All right, so the unit that I recommend that I have at home is by Higher Dose. I do have
That's
the
the one I
infrared
showed
unit,
you.
which costs about $1,000, but they have an entry-level unit for $500. That is so affordable. And I
Oh.
do have an affiliate link, so if you do purchase through my link, you'll get a discount. But that link is going to be in the description, so if you want to support me, support my channel, and get a really awesome product at a great price, go ahead and click in the link in the show notes. It helps me a lot. All right, so how do I use this device every single night? Like I said, I keep it on my bed for
What the
easy
link
access because
is.
they can get heavy
What's
and
his link?
burdensome. Maybe you have a separate room with a table, like a treatment
Code
table, which I
Dr.
also
J,
have. Could be a good
J-A-Y.
idea to keep it right on there. Now, I use this. The Higher Dose model comes with 4 different settings that uses 4 different frequencies to have an effect. And I will say, every frequency does have a different effect. There are some that stimulate me, where if I use that frequency, I have a hard time sleeping. And there are some that make me
Really?
very tired. So experiment with these frequencies.
I was gonna say, because it does say in the description about this mat is that it is um can also give you energy. So he was saying he uses his every night and then rolls over and goes to bed. So I was wondering, how does it give you energy if you're going to sleep? But he's saying if you crank it up and you get a higher frequency, that is what will stimulate your cells and give you energy. I'm envisioning like, a big jolt, the defibrillators or something, or a jolt of adrenaline for your cells is like clear, getting your cells all riled up. Interesting. I want to hear
Everybody's a
more.
little bit different. Everybody responds to these frequencies a little bit different. So take some time, clock your differences, use a journal and say, okay, I spent 20 minutes on frequency 1. Here's how I felt after. Here's how I slept after.
like
Here's how I
that.
felt the next day. I actually did this during my first couple of weeks using this device, found that frequency 2 is best for me. Designated time period that I use this device, but I'd say it's anywhere between 10 and 20 minutes. And I typically meditate. So I'll lay on this device with my Muse headband and I will meditate for somewhere between 10 and 20 minutes. And I've noticed that this actually puts me into a meditative state faster than when I use the Muse headband without the PEMF device. So if you're somebody that meditates, I would recommend habit stacking. So instead of like meditating for 20 minutes, then doing the PEMF for 20 minutes, that can get time consuming. Combine them. Do as many things as you can possibly do in the shortest period of time. Maximum benefit
sending this out.
with the best efficiency. That's what I believe in. So if you have
There's so many people I know could use
whitening,
this.
things that you can do at the same time that you're using your PEMF mat, try and stack those things together. So 10 to 20 minutes, I use frequency 2. I also have the infrared mat, so I'll crank that bad boy all the way up.
The one
so
I
I'm
told you
also
about was
getting the
infrared.
additional benefit of infrared light therapy, which I will do a separate video on, but is also highly beneficial. All right, guys, I hope this was helpful. I don't want to even say there's pros and cons to this. It's mostly all
Wow. Okay, so I'm gonna go back over. I'm gonna share this next screen with you guys. Share screen. Just so I can have this recorded so I can, for anybody that is coming to this podcast, going to rewatch this podcast or send out this podcast to those that you love and they want the information. You never know what you're going to find on this show. We just kind of discover peeling back the layers of so many different things. So this is very interesting. I've never heard of this. Have you heard of this before? Never heard of this, Matt. But it's Higher Dose. His code, his discount code. I'm not sure how much of a discount that offers. We'll see. But it's Dr. J, DRJAY. Dr. J. That's his discount code. And let me just shuffle through some of the things it says about it on here. So what we know, there must be different ones because he said his was 75 pounds. This one's 43 pounds. 75 pounds. That's just insane. Okay, so this yoga mat by Higher Dose is a, what is it? Infrared PEMF Pro mat. So it combines the most powerful recovery technology, infrared therapy, and pulse electromagnetic field to create the ultimate at-home tool for recovery, natural energy, and deep relaxation. This one is $1,295. Let's just see if we put in Dr. J if this is still going to work. You want mat without cover, mat with cover. You know what? Since we're just kind of moseying along and this is make-believe right now, let's go with the cover. Let's just see with the cover. Add it to the cart. Let's go on over to the cart. Let's see. They have a Pro Mat starter kit. What's the starter kit? Looks like it has some sprays, some oils, a little neck pillowy thing. Higher Dose mat cover. Okay. Higher Dose serotonin soak salt. Okay. So let's go to the checkout and try this here discount code. Dr. J. Get my Bluetooth keyboard. Love this thing. Actually, he had it in all caps, so that might matter. Dr. J. Let's just see how much of a discount that gives you. Wow, okay. So if you put in Dr. J, I got $206 off. So not bad. So Dr. J, that is the discount code if you want to. I love a good discount code, you guys. Love it. If you wanted to know, or if you wanted to get one of these, or if you know a loved one that needs to get one of these because they could actually use it for all of their aches and pains in their body that they're going through. Let's see. This one has, what he said there was a $500 one. Let's go to Shop All. Let's see what this place is on about. Higher Dose. So there's a sauna blanket starter kit. Let's see what the sauna blanket is. That sounds really nice and comforting. So sauna blanket starter kit. Okay, so this is an infrared sauna blanket. Infrared sauna blanket insert. You get the blanket bag, high maintenance cleaner, and endorphin oil. So that one is $825 without the discount code yet. So let's see what it helps you sweat out impurities and burn calories. So this is pretty much the same kind of thing as that steam room that I was telling you about, that I showed you guys over the Thanksgiving, Black Friday, all my favorite products. It's kind of like that little portable steam room thing, except that portable steam room is $150. This is $825 for this mat. Actually, this is a blanket. So you put this over top of you. And what does it do? Increases blood flow, restores energy levels, boosts mood, and improves sleep. Okay. So you lay it kind of like a sleeping bag, or is it more like a weighted blanket? Promotes glowing skin, increases blood flow, ignites full body sweat, deep relaxation, boosts your mood. I think this is like a organic cotton towel insert. Organic cotton and clean dyes make sauna sessions easy and protects skin. Sorry, the font is so tiny, y'all. Machine washable, quick to dry, simplifies cleanup, super absorbent. Okay, so it has a little cotton insert to I was going to say, you just sweat all over this thing. So put it over top of you. It's got a little cottony thing that you can take out and put in the wash to wash it out. Because if it's anything like my portable steam room, you sweat to death. You're dripping sweat. Like the bottom of that thing is like a pool. It's like having a foot bath of my own sweat. It sounds disgusting, but It's all the toxins in your body, so it's actually really great. Okay, let's see. Sauna. Oh, wow. Look how big that is. Sauna blanket travel bag. It's like bigger than that chick. Soft padded strap to easily carry on the go, made from recycled fibers from ocean plastics. Interesting. Okay, so they pulled the plastics out of the ocean and recycled it and made it into something. Oh, I like that idea. Flexible roll top and adjustable side straps. Extra room pockets to store a sauna blanket and accessories. Okay, comes with a cleaner, which is a biodegradable sugar-derived cleaner with a top safety rating from EWG. Probiotics generates enzymes that continue to protect the surface of your device over time. That's cool. I would like to know more about that probiotic spray, just for other things I have. All natural preservatives that keep your cleaner free. Oh, free from unwanted microbes. Got it. Okay. So that's the little towel that comes with it. So that's your little sweat bag is how I'm perceiving that. So you go in this thing like a sleeping bag. First, you put the towel sack on, your towel sleeping sack. You put that on, and then you get into the sauna blanket and sweat your butt off. I'll bet that thing would be so soaked after I was done because I sweat so easily. Okay, let's go to, again, that one is $825. And if you want to use his code, Dr. J, Jay, then you get a big discount on that. So let's go to Shop All, PMF Pro Starter Kit, Red Light. Okay, so we already did the blanket or the mat. Let's just see what this is. Red Light Starter Kit, so $719. Oh, it's got the one for the hair. Red light face mask, which you guys know I am a huge fan of. Have this, love this. Really good for your skin, especially for anybody that grew up near the water, on the beach or on a lake, anywhere where you're outside, constantly burning your skin without putting sunblock on. Anybody do that? Anybody do that? Me. Sadly, I did not listen to my parents and told me to put on some sunblock every time I go out in the sun. Growing up in Daytona Beach, letting it fry my skin because that was what you do. You put oil on and you fry that puppy till it's golden, crispy brown. And you don't think about what it's going to be like because you're living in the moment and you don't think about what it's going to be like when you turn 40 and you've got situations popping up on your skin that were from 25, 30 years ago from being out in the sun. That's how long it takes for it to actually show up, but you're doing irreparable damage to your skin if you don't put sunblock on. So I do love this. I use mine at least once a week. I'll put it on, sit there, I can watch a show, or I try not to do anything active because I don't want to sweat in it, but I love it. And it does help with the skin regeneration. I have an esthetician license, so these things are beautiful for the skin. Great for collagen production, elastins. So this one that's on here on this company, Higher Dose, it comes with this whole setup here. Comes with the, right here, let me show you the bundle again. So you get the hat and you get the mask, which is pretty good deal. And it comes with a light activated glow serum and then detox drops. So let's just see what's in those. But the hat, you guys, if you are thinning hair, you're starting to bald. If you're already completely bald and you go through these hair follicle stimulation therapies, wearing the hat, maybe doing some treatments where you get the either microblading and the treatment and the serum goes into the hair follicles to re-stimulate them, or whether you're doing it both, you can do that and then wear the hat. But when you do start doing that, you have to know when your hair starts growing back in, it might look a little strange at first because it's coming in kind of like baby hairs. So it's very fine and fluffy. if you will. I don't know how else to explain it, but it's very interesting look to start with. But once you keep up with it, eventually those baby, it's kind of like when you're a kid, right? And you have all fine little baby hairs first before it turns into like man or woman hairs where they're like thick and coarse on your arm, armpits, legs, you get the point. But peach fuzz on the face, and then it grows into like man hair. Hopefully women don't have woman beard hairs. I mean, unless you want that. But no judgment here. But it is really it's capable. You're capable of growing hair. But if you're starting to lose your hair and it's still a pretty active cell, a follicle, if you start to lose your hair and then you start like you're just starting to lose your hair, right? Or maybe you've been losing it last month or whatever. You start this therapy, the red light therapy, you're going to reactivate that cell, and it'll be a much different process than trying to reboot it from like it's been dead for a year or more. So note to self. But this is actually a great deal for a high quality product to get the hat and the face mask. Plus, if you use Dr. J, Dr. Jay, you get your discount code. So this is, let's see, if we add this to the cart, let's just see what Dr. J's code is going to get us. Let's take the other mat out. Let's take that mat. Okay, so, we don't have to. Okay, so now we're looking at 709. Is that how much it was? Let me do the code. Let me just take this out and do the code. Let's just see, because this is $719. So let's go to checkout. Let's put Dr. J back in here. I can't believe that didn't save. So, Dr. J. Okay, apply it. My little Bluetooth keyboard over here. Oh, okay. Good to know. All right, you guys. You cannot use that discount code on anything but, okay, let me go back. Anything but that mat, that yoga mat. Let's go back to it. The PEMF Pro Mat. That's the one that you can use that discount code on. Nothing else. Let me go back. They got it twice, right? Am I seeing this correctly? I see the Pro Mat Starter Kit, and then I see the, Go Mat. What the heck is the difference? Pro Mat and the Go Mat. What's the Go Mat? Okay. Oh, this is different and a much different price. $739. So this Go Mat comes with, looks like 2 mat covers, which is what you sweat on. They want you to sweat on that. Don't sweat on the actual mat. Let's see what else. This one is only 11 pounds. The Pro is 42 pounds. I wonder if that video is an older video, because he said his was 75 pounds, which you have to be pretty strong to even own this mat. But this one is only 43 pounds. Well, this one's only 11 pounds, but the other one was 43 pounds. So maybe he's got like an original one, because he did say that, the companies send them to him because he's a doctor. So that's nice. I mean, I'm not a doctor, but I can play one on TV. I do have licenses in esthetician and massage therapy, but that does not make me a doctor. However, they can still send me one to promote it. But he did say his was 75 pounds. So in weight. So I'm sure they learned over time that it takes a pretty in shape person to even maneuver that thing and move it around. So if you've ever picked up a 75-pound dumbbell, which they make, like crazily enough, when I used to compete and I would be doing kettlebell swings, I could do a 75-pound kettlebell swing, no problemo. So it's pretty heavy though. And for that to be a mat is wild. But this is only 11 pounds. Let's see. Concentrated ingredients. Hold on. Let me see if this one has. Oh, so this one can sit on the chair. Okay. It still has the electromagnetic field therapy. Let's see. Uses pulsed energetic currents to mimic the healing vibrations of the earth, enhancing the body's natural recovery process, reducing inflammation, increasing energy, relieving stress, and promoting deeper sleep. I mean, who doesn't want all of that? And this is a much better price point, even though the other one seems to have infrared therapy and this one does not. So maybe that's the difference in what we're looking at here. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I don't see infrared therapy. Oh, it does. Okay, so it does have infrared therapy too. So what is the big difference in this one and the large? I think the length. Maybe it's the length. Let me see. What's the length? The size, the height, the dimensions. 50 centimeters by 100 centimeters. Let's just see what the other one is. Okay, this is the bigger one. So this is, whoopsies. Let's see, 50 centimeters by 100 centimeters was that one. And this is, yep, 73.5 by 185 centimeters. Okay, so that's the difference. This one's just bigger. So this one's bigger and you get a little bit more in your bundle. Looks like you get the higher dose right here, the 3 serotonin soap bags. You get 3 of those. You get the high maintenance cleaner and you got these other little things over here. So that's what the difference is. Let's go back and see if that discount code works for the smaller one, just in case anybody watching wants to invest in this. It is fantastic. I've never heard of it before. I am like all in on it. I definitely believe in the magnetic therapy energy and how it does help with the healing. I know so many doctors have talked about this. They even make wrist braces and ankle braces and knee braces that help speed up recovery with the magnetic therapy in it. So this is like next level. And let's see, let's go to add to cart. Let's see if this works for this. Let me take this one out. And let's go to checkout. Back into the Dr. J Jam. Let's do it. Dr. J. Code. Let's go. Nope. Okay. So the code is only going to work for the main one, which is going to be this one, which is fantastic because this is going to be $739 for the shorter one, which is still great. And it comes with a bundle. You get 2 of these that you put over it before you lay on it to protect it. You get the cleaner. You get the higher dose serotonin soak. Let's see what this soak is though. Because the soak is, oh, the other soak must have been more product in there because it was like $95. Turn on the tub, drop in the Euphoria with the serotonin soap, packed with pure, zestine magnesium, apple cider vinegar, a soak after my own heart. You guys know I love that apple cider vinegar for literally everything. Magnesium is so good, so no wonder you feel all relaxed. And skin softening algae. It relaxes muscles, detoxifies, and calms your nervous system. Infused with pure essential oils, it transforms your bath into a spa escape, a biohacker's dream for ultimate self-care. Wow, I might just get this. Never mind that I don't have all of the aches and pains in the body stuff, but anybody that does, this sounds fantastic for them for healing. But I love what's in it. When I used to be at a spa and doing treatments, skincare treatments, one of the most successful and popular treatments was the algae wrap that you do for detoxification in your body. So you're just taking like an algae mud type of thing and covering someone's body in the mud, face, neck, to get all of your lymphatic system, all the arms, the stomach, the back, legs. It's so good for detoxification of your skin. And then you wrap it all in a cellophane and let it sit for like 20, 30 minutes. And then you do a full body rinse off. But sometimes people do feel very nauseous after it because it's getting so many toxins out of your body. But it's a good nausea. It's good. It's getting out, and you just have to drink water, and that takes care of that nausea. But That's only for those who experience it. If you've got a lot of toxins in your body. But I love this because those ingredients are absolutely incredible. So let's see what else is all about it. So you get, says 97% feel relaxed while using serotonin soak. 92% said their skin felt softer from using the soak. And 94, is it going to let me read it? Oh, yeah. Said it helped erase sore muscles. So that's 94%. I like that percentage. I like that number. Interesting. Photo. So, yep, that's about right. It would look more green. It would look more like an old lake, the Loch Ness monster going to come out if you had an actual algae mud wrap. It would definitely be more green than that. But this is a soak, and it's got all of this greatness in it. I love it just for the soak in general. Currently available in the US only. Sorry for those of you who are watching and are in other countries. Maybe you have someone that lives here in this country that might be able to get the soak for you and send it to you because they love you. Pure, I'm not quite sure how to say that word. It looks like Zestine magnesium flakes, the purest magnesium source, which I am going to look that up actually. Let me screenshot that so I can remember. I want to look that up. French green clay, mineral packed and skin nourishing, apple cider vinegar. Love it. Calming and balancing, pH balancing. Yes, it is. Algae and seaweed extract, which also is great for stimulating your thyroid and helping with your thyroid is the seaweed. If you get like kelp pills, kelp supplements, KELP, and you take that, it will really help for those of you that have a sluggish or possibly close to inactive thyroid and you take sea kelp. It is kind of like a seaweed extract. It is so good for your thyroid. So algae in that is all good for detoxification. Eucalyptus, turmeric, and Palo Santo. Palo Santo is that incense. You ever gone to a place where it's like holistic and kind of the frankincense type smell in the air? Is probably Palo Santo. That's what's in the essential oils. Turmeric is so great for inflammation and fantastic for your body. Eucalyptus has that nice, fresh, invigorating smell, that scent. I make a shampoo that's got that, and it's really good. It's got the tea tree oil and eucalyptus, and it's very stimulating for getting your scalp nice and clean so you can have nice, healthy hair growth and also stimulating hair growth. So tea tree oil and eucalyptus. Rosemary is also very good. Gotta give it to our herbs, you guys. God gave us these beautiful herbs so we can take care of ourselves and exemplify self-care, but you have to just learn which ones to use and for what. But okay, so going back over to, this, clicking on. Okay, so this is how many ounces? 32 ounces. That's a good size bag. Okay, so you get one of those in that bundle, which one did I say that? Okay, I think it's this one. It's the most expensive one. Yeah, this is the one where you get the discount code working for you. Let me just make sure before I throw that out there. And you get 3 bags of that serotonin soak bags. Let me just see. Let's go here, making sure that the discount code works because I don't want to make a liar out of myself over here and send you guys off with a discount code. And it is not active for this. Let me go over here and apply. And interesting. Okay. Well, why did it work the first time and then it didn't work now? Maybe because it shows I already used it. I have no idea. That's interesting though. So I don't know. Maybe it will work for you on your end. You guys can try it. Dr. J is the name of that. What do I have you on? Oh yeah. You guys saw that, right? Though it did work for the first time and then it's not working now. So maybe it's because I put it in and then I put it in too many times. That's how I lock myself out of my account which is why I'm not streaming on Facebook or Instagram right now, or my Kara Christensen Facebook page, because I am currently locked out. Yes, I will be back on there. Yes, thank you. I know, right? Silly girl. But hey, look, learn something new, right? That and the water bottle. I could totally get down with that water bottle. I wish that they had a water bottle that talked to you, though. I mean, I'm just saying, a water bottle that can speak your language is great. To be like, yo, calm, drink your water. You're dehydrated. Your organs are closing down. Actually, that's a great video. Since we're in little fun fact Friday, let's go ahead and look that up, shan't we? We're going to look up what is happening in your body when it's dehydrated. I am always on about that water, right? The water is so important for your organs. It's so important for your body, survival, for your energy, for your youth, for your health. So let's just see. Okay, what is actually happening inside your body? Whoops. When you are dehydrated. Let's go. What happens to your body when you're dehydrated? That sounds like a good one. Who is this by, though? Let me find somebody that I know, love, and trust. The University of Kansas Hospital. Not sure what kind of, I don't know. Let me look. How to properly hydrate, blah, blah, blah. No. What is dehydration? Call signs, symptoms, blah, blah, blah. Who is this by? Medical Centric. Not sure if I know who that is. So let me see if I can find someone. Surprising reasons you feel awful when you're sick. The surprising reason you feel awful when you're sick. What do you think that is? TED ED. This is the guy with the TED Talks. 4.2 million. This is 8 years ago, though. I like to have some current education here. Dehydrated, don't ignore these signs. This is dehydration signs. This is TED. What would happen if you didn't drink water? You know what? It's only 4 minutes and 45 seconds. So let's just give this a go.
Anyone with $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans may qualify for help from National Debt Relief.
Get ready,
Minimum
I'm going
payments
to be
could
having these ads on too, you guys. Just skip it if you don't like it.
Water is virtually everywhere, from soil moisture and ice caps to the cells inside our own bodies. Depending on factors like location, fat index, age, and sex, the average human is between 55 and 60% water. At birth, human babies are even wetter. Being 75% water, they are swimmingly similar to fish. But their water composition drops to 65% by their first birthday. So what role does water play in our bodies? And how much do we actually need to drink to stay healthy? The H2O in our bodies works to cushion and lubricate joints, regulate temperature, and to nourish the brain and spinal cord. Water isn't only in our blood. An adult's brain and heart are almost 3/4 water. That's roughly equivalent to the amount of moisture in a banana. Lungs are more similar to an apple at 83%, and even seemingly dry human bones are 31% water. If we are essentially made of water and surrounded by water, why do we still need to drink so much? Well, each day we lose 2 to 3 liters through our sweat, urine, and bowel. While these functions are essential to our survival, we need to compensate for the fluid loss. Maintaining a balanced water level is essential to avoid dehydration or overhydration, both of which can have devastating effects on overall health. At first detection of low water levels, sensory receptors in the brain's hypothalamus signal the release of antidiuretic hormone. When it reaches the kidneys, it creates aquaporins, special channels that enable blood to absorb and retain more water, leading to concentrated dark urine. Increased dehydration can cause notable drops in energy, mood, skin moisture, and blood pressure, as well as signs of cognitive impairment. A dehydrated brain works harder to accomplish the same amount as a normal brain, and it even temporarily shrinks because of its lack of water. Overhydration, or hyponatremia, is usually caused by overconsumption of water in a short amount of time. Athletes are often the victims of overhydration because of complications in regulating water levels in extreme physical conditions. Whereas the dehydrated brain amps up the production of antidiuretic hormone, the overhydrated brain slows or even stops releasing it into the blood. Sodium electrolytes in the body become diluted, causing cells to swell. In severe cases, the kidneys can't keep up with the resulting volumes of dilute urine. Water intoxication then occurs, possibly causing headache, vomiting, and in rare instances, seizures or death. But that's a pretty extreme situation. On a normal day-to-day basis, maintaining a well-hydrated system is easy to manage for those of us fortunate enough to have access to clean drinking water. For a long time, conventional wisdom said that we should drink 8 glasses a day. That estimate has since been fine-tuned. Now, the consensus is that the amount of water we need to imbibe depends largely on our weight and environment. The recommended daily intake varies from between 2.5 to 3.7 liters of water for men and about 2 to 2.7 liters for women, a range that is pushed up or down if we are healthy, active, old, or overheating. While water is the healthiest hydrator, other beverages, even those with caffeine like coffee or tea, replenish fluids as well. And water within food makes up about 1/5 of our daily H2O intake. Fruits and vegetables like strawberries, cucumbers, and even broccoli are over 90% water and can supplement liquid intake while providing valuable nutrients and fiber. Drinking well might also have various long-term benefits. Studies have shown that optimal hydration can lower the chance of stroke, help manage diabetes, and potentially reduce the risk of certain types of cancer. No matter what, getting the right amount of liquid makes a world of difference in how you'll feel, think, and function day to day.
Thank you, Bo. Darn it. Okay, let's go back over. Always practicing that hydration, you guys. I'm always pushing how important staying hydrated is, because the only way to get the toxins from the inside of your body to outside your body is sweat, urine, or poop, feces. So that's the only way out. So to get that toxins out, you have to be able to pee it out. When the only way you're able to pee it out is if your body has enough hydration to be able to let go of more water. Otherwise, it's just going to hold on to it because it's dehydrated and it needs everything it can get. That means the toxins stay in your body. So this brings us back to that fun little 2025 gadget that we typed in, which is to show you the new 2025 things that will keep your health on track. That talking or that water bottle that will light up and be like, hello, you have not drank me today. You haven't had much of me. And it syncs up to your phone like an app. It also has the tracker in it. Let me just bring it back up. That and that infrared mat, I'm telling you, those were the best 2 out of that list for sure. But this is so important for you guys to know about that right there, that how hydration works for you. Let me see. Did I save this already? I did. I'm putting that in my podcast info vids. So you guys know when you go to my page, you're going to see my info vids right there. So you go to my page, let me view my channel, and then you go right down here where it says playlists. Go down to the playlist. It's the very first playlist right here, podcast info vids. Everything I show you guys on this podcast, every day that we do the podcast is going to be in here. I try to use all sources that I've know, trust, love, know that they do actual factual studies and are doctors themselves, or it's from an institute that I also trust in. So you guys have it all here to deep dive yourselves. I did put the infrared thing in there, I think. So let me just go back just in case. Actually, before I do that, I do want to see a little more of a breakdown of what we didn't even go through that. Dr. Berg, you guys know, is my favorite. Actually, let me just put Dr. Berg at the end of this and let's just see. Let me get this little jam right here. That infrared mat, though, is fantastic. And then I'm going to show the, oops, that's not what I'm trying to write. I'm going to show the, also that water bottle again, because I think that water bottle is so cool. Let me just see if Dr. Berg has something on my little Bluetooth keyboard over here. Drinking water is not the best way to stay hydrated. What? 2 years ago. Let's just see. Retaining fluid, yeah, hydrated. Okay, well, drinking water is... Dr. Berg.
Imagine making $453,000 in a single month as an affiliate marketer without relying on good...
You know, some years ago, I did a video on this whole water myth that everyone needed to drink a certain amount of water or else they're going to be dehydrated. And it kind of shook up quite a few people because everyone knows that 8 glasses of water is like the law. You have to drink at least 8 glasses of water because your body is mostly water. And so that video created a confusion because when you tell a person the opposite theory of what they're basing this concept of water on, it can really put someone into a kind of a confusion. So I wanted to do this video to give you some interesting new points on water in general in its ability to hydrate your cells. First thing you need to know is, what is hydration? Is hydration just water in your cells? Actually, no, it's not. How does that water get into the cell and out of the cell? The water gets in and out of the cell through little channels that get help with electrolytes. And electrolytes are like these electrically charged minerals that in different concentrations inside and outside the cell, you'll get a flow, a certain flow, either going outside the cell or going inside the cell. And so a truly hydrated cell has the right amount of electrolytes inside and outside with the right amount of fluid. And a dehydrated cell is basically an imbalance of electrolytes and fluid. It's not just a lack of water. In fact, if you drink too much water, you're going to dilute certain electrolytes and create dehydration in certain parts of your body. There's a condition called hyponatremia. That means low sodium in the blood. One cause would be you just drank a lot of pure water without any salt, and now you diluted this sodium throughout the cells. It's very, very dangerous. You can have inflammation of your brain. You can actually go into a coma. So we don't get hydrated just from water. Now, on the flip side, I'm not against water. I drink water, and I think you should too. But this concept of, carrying your gallon jug of water and just forcing yourself to drink all day long might not be the wisest thing you can do.
Awesome.
Especially if you start bypassing the normal thirst mechanism that our body was designed to tell you if you're thirsty or not. When you're not thirsty and you force your body to drink a lot of water, you can end up in trouble, especially if you exercise. There's an incredible book by this, written by an exercise physiologist with a lot of research in long-distance runners and even ultra-marathon runners in relationship to hydration and if they should be drinking just a ton of water when they're not thirsty. They can end up with low sodium and actually create a big problem with their health. And then you have a lot of other fluids that you drink through the day that can create a diuretic effect. You can actually lose more water and become dehydrated when you drink things with caffeine, like coffee, tea, sodas. Anything you drink with caffeine is very dehydrating. And of course, alcohol, right? If you reflect back on the last time you drank a lot of alcohol the next morning, you're going to be completely dehydrated. That's why you have a headache. That's why your lips are dry. And so alcohol is a diuretic and it tends to dehydrate you as well. And then what about fruit juice? Okay, would that be hydrating? Well, here's the data with glucose. Let's just take a diabetic, for example. What happens with someone with high sugar? They're peeing a lot. They have urinary frequency, and they're thirsty a lot too. So the more sugar in your blood, the more your body's going to get rid of water, and the more dehydrated you're going to be. And so fruit juices, sodas, things with sugar will greatly dehydrate you. Now, what's fascinating is that you have all these electrolyte sport drinks with added sugar. And apparently the idea is that if you're exercising, you need some sugar to replace the loss of glucose, right, when you exercise. And they call this hydration. But is it really hydrating you? Does consuming glucose hydrate you? I'm going to tell you, it dehydrates you. It pulls water from the cell.
That makes sense.
There's an interesting study, which I'll put down below. It's called the Nurses Health Study 2, which they did on a certain age group from 9 to 15. Now, this study wasn't about hydration, but it was interesting because it revealed an unknown consequence of drinking these healthy sports drinks. Now, the study found that if a teenager or young adult was consuming at least one soda a day, they would have an extra pound of weight. And this is what they found. And I'm going to just generalize here. Teenagers that consumed one soda a day on a regular basis gained an additional 2 pounds of weight. Whereas those who consumed at least one sports drink a day, okay, these so-called healthy sports drinks with electrolytes, but with added sugar, gained 3.5 pounds of fat extra on their bodies. So the sports drink produced more fat than the sodas. Now, this is probably because the sports drinks usually come in like 32 ounces and sodas come in a 12 ounce.
That makes sense.
So when you look at the label, you have to look at the serving size. And rarely does anyone just drink one serving size. They drink the whole thing. And there's more serving size in sports drinks. Now, even when people are consuming.
That is so important for you guys to process that. If you look on the back of anything, any nutrition, anything, food, drinks, whatever, it tells you how many calories, how many carbs, how much sugar. You have to look in the top where it says serving size. Sometimes it'll say there's 4 servings in a little box or a little bag or a little can. You have to look at the serving size. You can't look at the back and be like, oh, there's only this much. No. You have to multiply that by the serving size. So if there's 2 servings, you have to multiply it. All the calories, all the fat, all the sugar, all the things that are in, multiply times 2. And the scary part is the sodium. When you look at the back and you see sodium and it says 3 servings and you multiply that, it's a scary number. Sometimes it's a very scary number of how much sodium, salt intake is in one little bag of something or box or can. So very important. These are very interesting facts. I didn't even know about the soda versus sport drink. You can gain 3.2 pounds of fat from an average sport drink like Gatorade or Powerade. Wild. Did not know. Learning something new. Fun Fact Friday.
Electrolyte powders. Many times these electrolyte powders and electrolyte drinks, and I won't mention any names, contain added.
Okay, how many of you have had these drinks thinking that you're healthier? These are the Powerade or Gatorade, and you're like, what? You're learning this. Or how many times I've given my children playing sports or their friends, and they get them all like a Gatorade or a Powerade or something that's a sport drink. Oh my gosh, it's like the industry just can't give everybody a little bit of a break with what they're doing to damage us from the inside and selling us the dream, all while we're gaining weight and getting unhealthy. It's unbelievable. It's unreal. It really is. But I'm definitely going to clip this as a short and throw that up there because I know there's a lot of moms out there that are giving their kids these sport drinks and not realizing how actual bad it is. It actually dawned on me a little bit more when my daughter Caroline had cancer, and the doctor, now she had kidney cancer, and now the doctor gave her, or she has one kidney, and the doctor gave her what she should or should not be doing, what she can or cannot have. And he said at all costs avoid Gatorade. She's not allowed to have Gatorade because of the amount of sodium and the bad stuff in Gatorade, and now it's damaging to her kidney. And I was like, wow, interesting. He said you can have Powerade, but you cannot have she cannot have Gatorade. So that's very interesting. Like, this is wild.
Added sugar. And some per serving size contain
I'd rather
like
have a soda
11
than a-
grams of sugar per serving size. Now, there's 4 grams of sugar per teaspoon. So that's just under 3 teaspoons of
Seriously,
sugar
Bo.
for one serving size. Okay. And we're not talking about like a whole bottle. We're just talking about one serving size or one of those little stick packs of electrolytes. Not to mention the source of the sugar. Was it beet sugar? Probably it was. And most of the beet sugar in the US is total GMO with traces of glyphosate, which is an herbicide. And even if they're doing sugarcane, unless it's organic, is going to have also traces of glyphosate.
Oh
So that's
my
on top of
gosh,
the sugar
guys.
effect. So we have this
Beet sugar
effect
is
of
healthy.
drinking more water. If you're going to add electrolytes to it, and then you have the electrolytes with glucose, which basically is going to stop any ability to burn fat. And the only thing it probably would do for hydration is if someone had diarrhea, for example. There are types of oral rehydration therapies where they're adding glucose to minerals, because in the intestine, the glucose will help retain sodium. So that's a different situation than if you're exercising and trying to be hydrated, or if you're not exercising and trying to be hydrated. To truly hydrate the cell, you need all the electrolytes. You need sodium, potassium, chlorides, calcium, and magnesium. Now, the professor who wrote the book Waterlogged, which I'm going to put a link down below, had some fascinating information in relationship to drinking more than what you're thirsty for. You have a thirst mechanism, and some people will say, well, we don't really know when we're thirsty. We just have to force our body to drink so much water, and that's just the way it is. But he evaluated tremendous amounts of data, and he looked at studies that weren't funded by companies like Gatorade, for example.
This is what your iPhone videos look like, but this is what it could look like if you know what buttons to press.
And he found that even runners, long distance runners, when they drink too much water, when they're not thirsty, they get into trouble. I think a really good principle would be to drink when you're thirsty, and don't ever force yourself to drink too much, okay? Because you can start to dilute these electrolytes. Now, on the flip side, if you're prone to a kidney stone, you need to be drinking at least 2.5 liters of fluid every single day. But I would also add electrolytes to that. Now, are there any tests that you can do to see if you're drinking too much water? Sometimes people say, well, check your color of your urine and it should be clear. But I think there's a better test. In fact, it's pretty inexpensive. You could buy on Amazon or another platform these little urine strips that measure something called specific gravity. And that will give you a good rough estimate on whether you're slightly dehydrated, or you're really dehydrated, or you've drinking too much water. Because on this urine strip that you're going to get, you're going to measure a lot of different things, but specific gravity measures and compares the density, how concentrated your urine is to actual water. Now, water has a specific gravity or density of 1. And urine, if it's normal, should have a density of 1.002 to 1.030.
Those are
so if your
$13
urine
on
specific
Amazon.
gravity is low, okay, and what I mean by low is if it's less than 1.010, you have mild dehydration. So the closer you are to the specific gravity of water, which is 1.000, the less electrolytes you have, and the more you need to take electrolytes or drink less water. So specific gravity kind of tells you the concentration of particles in your urine. And of course, when you drink a lot of water,
So
you
I'll
dilute
put these
that.
up on.
A lot of electrolytes that
I'll put these up so you can see what it is. But that's really interesting to know if you're drinking whatever you're drinking at the status that you're drinking right now, whatever that is, just using that for your gauge and then getting these urine strips and putting it in your urine and then seeing how dehydrated are you actually. Your body might not need a gallon of water, which I've been drinking for, quite some time. So it'll be interesting to see where you're at right now with the water that you bring in and just kind of going off of that gauge. And then you can up your ante if you need to add more hydration and then check your urine again with these strips. So the strips that I saw are 13 on Amazon. It's called Vivoo, Vivoo hydration test strips. And those are $13. And let's see. Yep, $13. I'm going to go ahead and put it up here so you guys can see that. Let me share that screen and go here so that way you can take a little screenshot if you want to. And go ahead and take that right now. My daughter brought me in a crushed up candy cane snow cream with whipped cream on top. As I'm doing my healthy weight podcast. Hey, only in a household filled with children you get the little surprise, Auntie. But I'm happy to be thought of. Yeah, so I just also looked at, that was the Vivoo, if you didn't get that right here. It's Vivoo hydration. Let me move me over a little bit so you guys can see. Let me shrink my size a little. There we go. That's it. Vivoo hydration test strips, like perfect to learn about your hydration. Look, learning from the doctors, I'm learning with you. Everybody's hydration level is different. So start with what you got, see what kind of level you're at, and then adjust from there. Didn't know about these strips, but now I do. Fun Fact Friday, right? So also I wanted to share real quick before we do go, the what did I find right here? The hydration, I'm sorry, the Gatorade facts on here. So we've got, why can't I see this very large? This is going to be what's in it. So you got 140 calories. This is for the whole container, which is 20 fluid ounces. You got 38 carbs, 34 grams of sugar, and 270 milligrams of sodium. And that is in the orange Gatorade Thirst. I don't know, from what I learned from the doctor today, is the one Gatorade does not keep the doctor away. If you're better off having a soda than you are a health drink, something's not right. Something's not right. Oh, also I wanted to, what was I throwing up there again? Was that's what it was. Let's go here and do the Smart water bottle. That tracks hydration. This is it. This is a different one, but let's just see. Oh, it dings on your phone and lights up. This one dings on your phone and lights up. 32 ounces in this one. And that one is $45 with a $12 coupon. Nice. The other one was what, $50? This is 32 ounces. The other one was 24 ounces. This is a much greater deal. And it still syncs to your phone. There's the other one. Oh my, the other one is $70. Okay. $70. It only got 4 stars. And this one that we just watched has 4.5 stars and it is with the discount code $33 instead of $70, and it's got more ounces, 32 ounces, and it does the same type of thing. So there you have it. There you have it. Get the test strips to see how much hydration you need. Then you get the bottle, and you can sync your phone app to how much hydration that is.